We are good to go. Everything is painted and prepared. So now we can go ahead and assemble the back rack and the controller. I have here some copper paste. Copper paste is for going between on the threads from stainless steel bolts to protect it against corrosion when the stainless steel comes together with aluminium or other metals which has a different potential. They tend to corrode. To avoid that, you put some copper paste in between, and it is sacrificial, so takes up the potential. Yeah, this one came out really nice after I painted it. Very nice. And yeah, like it. Let's do assembly. So I figured I utilized the holes I drilled to screw the bolts in to put the zip ties through. As you can see, it's in a slope, goes through to a washer, which is more thick than the hole in the bottom, but still very nice. Allows to grab the cable tie, and I do it on both holes. See, one is here in the front, one is here in the back, and I keep them loose so that I can remove the cable, but so tight that it doesn't interfere with the controller suspension or some moving parts. So for that, where the cable tie go, I wrapped the cable with 4 layers of insulation tape, so when they are in the cable tie they don't rub through. So when I ordered the controller, they offered it with a light outlet, and because it's only 7.5 volt, I want to keep it but keep it off. So I wrapped 2 layers of insulation tape over the top and wrapped one time down, and now normally when it gets hot or the change of year, something like that, the tape will come loose and then unwrap itself. So I go ahead and take a little heat shrink, put it over it, and that should solve. It's a good tip. So put the spiral wrap, really good that it protects the cable quite nicely. This going directly to the back. I will install in the frame. There are all my connectors. These will be all inside the bag, so that they are well protected against moisture and wet condition, and kept this one up. So this nice. So now I can install the rack. So finish the cable, goes to the back here. I removed it. So I want to do the wheel is pretty much finished. So the next thing I want to do is the routing from the cables to the back. Therefore I have to install the headlight, and more important, as you can see here at the throttle side, I had to shorten it so it clears this bump. And when I want to install the switch here, I need to shorten this one as well. As you can see, this one is longer than this one, just for have enough clearance here. So next step I remove the handle, loosen the screws, put this at the end that I have better access to the lever, and then I will cut it with a metal saw. Good thing is, because I know from this side, I know exactly how deep I can go until I hit the reinforcement. As you can see, this is pretty much, normally you have a metal reinforcement within this lever. So it's nice that this one starts very late. I believe you can see it very little bit shining through. So my goal is to cut it this side the same way, so I don't hit the enforcement. And I have to change the switch here for the brake switch to a connector which is compatible with my lighting system. Well, I think that's enough for the moment. Check in later. Go ahead. Oh, next step is finished. This took a while. As you can see, I shortened this one. This is totally fine. This one is okay. Yeah, it's not adjusted yet, but it works. Has enough clearance. So that should be good. This is good. Yeah, everything's fine so far. I glued the brake sensor in. Okay. So that should be fine. Next I will put the headlight in, route the cable to the back, and look at that. Everything's on there. We have the lights, the controls. Everything's nice and tidy. So the only thing I want to do, one of the wet ones here, is for the second brake switch, which I don't use because I used the second one for the brake light, you remember? So I have to seal this off, and I do it as I made the other one before. So I will wrap 2 layers over the top of the insulation tape. Then I put the cable shrink on it, and that should seal it quite nicely. Kept this one off nice and tight. So this is the back that we use, and it has no access point at the bottom for letting cables in and out. And because I don't like to cut the fabric, here's a seam. So I will open the seam, then I will route all my cables through here. So I open the seam. First comes the lighting cable, then the XT90 connector, and then the rest. So that's it for today. Okay. Now I have everything nicely in the back. So I have a cable routing is done, at least the rough one, and everything which is outside is waterproof connector. And so see, I connected everything but the battery is here. Everything looks nice. So normally it's just connect to the battery and it would be nearly finished, but I have to upgrade the battery first. That's on the agenda for tomorrow. So tomorrow, when I clean this all up and make it nice, and you know the drill, we are finished. So here we have the high-lung battery holder near the EM3 EV one, and you remember my prayer with gap here and the things I normally complain about, that mounting points are normally only here in the top and here is nothing. So look how it can be done. It's perfect. You have proper space to mount, and funny thing is, as you can see, there is a drain hole if water goes in there, and this is not one line, so this one is from construction, very well water protected, so that I like. I removed the old one. Here you see the original mounting points, and I figured that my screws I usually use, these ones, fit perfectly and don't obtrude. So you can slide in the battery pack without the screw head scratching the bottom. That's nice too. Yeah, that makes me excited. Something I don't have to rebuild. Good. I'm not sure about here. Maybe want to open it and possibly protect the cable a little bit better and look how it is inside. And I'm impressed. So at first you can see there are marks on top of the cable. So you can see here the cable is clamped between the case and the mount itself, so it can't move. So there is a cable relief. That's perfect. Just to have to put the shrink tube a little bit more inside, that it covers the edge from the case. That's all. I put it together, but just for you to see, that's all you can wish for. So for the next one, I know I don't have to open it unless the shrink tube is too far out. That's nice. Okay, couldn't help it, had to finish. I mounted the battery and theoretically everything should work. So give power to the battery and power to the system. So this is the brake light. This is the main light. This is the main light with brake. This is left signal, white signal light, left signal light. Okay, do it again. So this is the brake light, signal light, and lights on, off. Switch it on. Now I switch the main light off. Horn works. Switch the light on. Give it a throttle. Signal light. Still nothing changed. Perfect. Finished it up. I charged the battery. Switched it on. Now let's start the system. Oh, give us light. Oh. Was my last trip time and met. Oh. The set has 184 kilometers on it. Average 24.7 kilometers. Maximum speed was 54.7. We have a voltage from 57.6 volt. Trip time on this kit is 7 hours 49. So let's see if the light works. Switch the light on. It's nice. Signal white. Okay. Signal left. Okay. Brake. Okay. Yeah, it's nice. Switch the light off. Try it again. Yeah, perfect. Now let's see if the motor works. That sounds good. That's really nice. And we have the motor temperature. Okay. Not sure about the temperature. I will check when it's running. To 0. So I know exactly. I charged the battery 100% only one time. So I zero out the kilometers and the time, so we can see how long and how many kilometers I can go with the full charge. I will try that the next days. My lights work. Everything looks fine. Yeah, let's take it to the test. So I really gave it all, and motor is at 65 degrees, so I know that the motor temperature is working. That's great. Everything looks nice so far. 3.5 kilometers, full power. Everything's flawless working. So this pretty much wraps it up. Hope you like the build series. So if you like to look into the BMS and the Bluetooth app for Android, I post some screenshots at the end and put some text to put it in context. Next time you see this slide, will be on the test one. So I hope you enjoyed the build series. Stay safe, ride safe.